Hey friends, welcome back. S'more here bringing you some more 7 Days to Die. But this time we're in creative mode, and I thought it would be fun to kind of pre-build our ideal Alpha 15 base. So grab something delicious to drink and join me, and let's get started. Hey friends, just wanted to throw this in the beginning of the video. What you see here is what I intend to build for Alpha 15. It is a base footprint of 7x7 small tower, and it's oriented vertically, as you can see here, with some very rudimentary design for defense here that you can elaborate on as however you'd see fit. But I was thinking 2 rows of spikes along with some barbed wire beyond it to slow. In the bottom, we have a very basic area to defend. It is very, very minimalist here. However, a person can defend any side just by standing in one spot. It's also fairly resource light. However, because it's so resource light, it doesn't have a tremendous amount of structural redundancy. So if you're going to use this design, make sure to use top shelf materials like the reinforced concrete and upgrade all of that to steel. You'll also notice we went much cheaper on the materials as we got up out of the danger zone. This build also uses a s'more floor, TM, for your crafting, and you can craft either from up here or from down below as well. You can reach all of these things from down below. In this video, we go over how it's built, why I picked this particular location, and how to farm up here and what that's all about. But basically, I presented a few different options. One just has all of the farming double stacked, so you're using every bit of footprint. Or another option would be to combine that and then kick it out a little bit, but I'd only go 4 out. I go 5 here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yep, no, just 4 here. So yeah, guys, join me with the rest of the video and see how I build it. Also, guys, quick shout out to Hal. Vladimir the noob. So guys, we need to have just a quick heart to heart before the meaty goodness of this video takes off. Hal is damn near close to 1,000 subs, guys. And let me tell you, I know a few YouTubers. Hal doesn't have 1,000 subs, and not every YouTuber doesn't deserve 1,000 subs, but let me tell you, Hal would give you the shirt off his back if he needs it. So here's what I'd like for you to do, guys. During, before, after, what have you, you watch the rest of this video, go check out Vladimir the Eternal Noob. He's linked down in the description below, along with a bunch of other YouTubers that I enjoy playing with. Go check out his channel, and if you enjoy his content, if you enjoy his YouTube personality, his impeccable grammar and charm, throw him a sub, guys. Do me a favor, let's help him cross that 1,000 sub threshold. It does a lot for the YouTuber on the back end, not necessarily visible to all the subscribers, as I have recently found out. So do me a favor, let's help out Hal. He's been incredibly kind and very generous and helpful for me with my YouTube, and he's taught me a lot. And so, guys, help me repay the favor and get Hal past that 1K mark. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so right off the bat, guys, location, location, location. If we pop in the map here, and this is just a random gen Alpha 14, you can see where I spawned. And we found a road. And we followed the road till we found a settlement or a village. And then we continued to follow the road because most important to me, near a village with a cave, right? And then we get a huge bonus in that this location happens to be in my opinion, the best biome just because it's the prettiest, right? So location, location, location. After we find the best location for us, we need to get started. Now, I'm going to use the best materials possible courtesy of the creative mode, and so you'll see me pulling blocks in and out, but this is just for fun, guys. This is almost a I don't want to say like a make-believe, but something along those lines, right? So let's see. I know that I don't want it to be very big. In fact, in Alpha 15 I'm going to be going for, I guess you could call it almost a micro build per se. I want to build something small and efficient and fairly easy to do. Let's get that out of the way. So first things first, because this area here is fairly flat, I'm not even going to worry about ground prep necessarily, though you may want to. And to do that, you fine folks, all you'd really need to do is craft some wooden frames. and they can be any block that you can pick up or drop. And just throw these things down, and what that's going to do is it's going to auto-flatten everything to the nearest block height, which is real convenient. But basically, this is how you would do it. You would go about... Are you not going to let me pick them up? Not flying. Oh, because I am in Valmod, and you can't pick them up, apparently. So normally, you're able to pick those up. And we'll just, we'll break those and we'll get rid of them. And so if that's something you would like to do, if having a perfectly flat ground is important to you, that's not a bad idea either. And then additionally, you could just go in and then add dirt blocks here. But we are going to ignore that for the time being. So I know that I would like my base to be 7 by 7, right? And this right here is where the ladders are going to go and where we will actually dig down. All right, so let's see here. I think that is right. So that's 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Come on. Come on. 6, 7. 2, 3. Come on. 4, 5, 6, and then that box. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because if you're in that green box, she's not going to let you place it down. And like I said, guys, if we really wanted to, we could have leveled all this out. And I really would highly recommend doing it if it's going to bother you. Like right now, this is bothering the hell out of me. But because I'm going for, you know, fun and a quick, friendly video, well, though I don't know actually how quick it's going to be. It might not be that quick at all. Let's grab ourselves some metal ladders while we're at it. All right, so before we go up too far here with the center column, we are going to finish planting, setting up all these here. And so I know that I want to have, like I said, a very small and efficient base. And I have watched a lot of folks use this method right here with the pillars, right? And so down here is this is where we weather the storm right here, guys. And don't worry, it won't be just pillars. And also, these smaller pillars have the same hit points as the bigger pillars. So don't think that just because we're putting the smaller ones in, we're actually sacrificing anything, because we aren't. And additionally, because we can shoot, I wouldn't necessarily suggest meleeing through them, but because we can shoot and then repair spikes through them, I think this is going to be the way to go. I don't think that's going to change in Alpha 15. I think that's going to stay pretty much how it is. So from here, guys, let's see. We are going to put up a... Let's try this. Yeah. And again, guys, this is all going to be, you know, end game, best stuff available, right? Now, this is going to take a beating, too. Ooh, guys, you know what? Okay. S'more may not have done that perfectly, and I will explain. Well, yeah, that's okay. That'll be alright. This can go all the way around. That's okay. I have been thinking about this design on and off for a couple weeks now, and so we will be working some of it out on the fly, but that's alright. Now, in my opinion, the best part of this design is not only is this box down here damn near impenetrable, especially if you have great offensive capability, but you can stand here and shoot all the way over there. In fact, you can hit just about everywhere and defend just about everywhere from one spot. I was trying to think of a way that would keep us from having this pillar in the middle, and if any of you fine folks have an idea on how to do that, let me know. And that would be fantastic. In fact, guys, I did make an error after all. Pardon me. We are going to drop this down one, and we will be replacing all of this dirt. In fact, quick time lapse. And we're back, folks. All right, so you can see I was able to clear the ground away, level it out, and then you also probably noticed how I only pulled the dirt out of every other concrete pillar at once. I didn't undercut all of them because then it had the potential to make everything come crashing down here. So one of the very first things we're going to do here is we are going to set up a false floor, so to speak. And actually, we will be doing some research here too, because I am banking on us being able to actually reach through and interact with things on the other side of this. If we can, it's not the end of the world. And I know, guys, we normally put our iron bars on the outside, and I'm sure we will. Like I said, I don't have every detail for this ironed out. Oh, dad humor. And that one will stay open like that. And then let's swap those out for now. Excellent. All right. So from here, guys, we definitely want to throw down another layer of this all the way around. And here momentarily, you will see why. So let's get busy doing this here. You guys will also notice that I placed that ladder down right over a tunnel that comes off of that cave. A little bit of just, you know, reconnoitering, if you will. Bonus points for using the awesome word reconnoiter. There is a tunnel that actually goes from the cave over this way. And I hope, and I think I have, that when we dig down, we will have bisected that tunnel with the tunnel that we dig down. So guys, this is a very, very protected area right here, and it is like that because my goal from this is to be able to do just about anything from anywhere on the base, crafting and defense. So let's see. Oop, excuse me, wrong menu here. Let's try that here. All right, again, wonderful Val mod. So guys, let's say we some of these, right? There you go, game. Good old lags. All right, so now we want to throw your various supplies, what have you, over here. And guys, this actually becomes a floor. Now, come on, there we go. Oh, it's weird going down. All right. And then you can, you can still reach up through these things. So no matter what, as you're looting and such, you can still real quick toss any random stuff that you find on your dead zombie buddies and any of these. And not only that, guys, but if that works, then that must mean we can set up our forges that way too. And it really doesn't even matter how it's oriented. I know I have been a stickler about that kind of stuff in the past, right? That works for me. And then, additionally, let's see, what other... Let's see, we'll be getting a chemical station. Wrong menu again, excuse me. So in Alpha 15, we'll be getting a chemical station. Is that... There we go. Right, so let's... you know, it probably won't look like this. Let's throw that there. And then, of course, we still have the cement mixer. There we go. All right. Now, that actually might cause a problem. Because of the hitbox of the cement mixer, it's a little... Oh, nope. Perfect. Okay. Fantastic. And then from here, guys, and I'm just going to use these as an example. You can obviously use whatever you want, right? But those, I think, are going to be our 3 main crafting stations. Oh, a workbench, guys. Don't worry. S'mores got us covered with the workbench here, right? So at this point, and see, the workbench is a little bit differently shaped. Let's check that out. And it's a slightly bigger hitbox, right? So what we would do with the workbench here, see, and this is something I hadn't considered, so we're doing this part on the fly. Yeah, let's real quick remove these. Awesome. Yay, mining skill going up in a tutorial video that doesn't matter. All right. Hey, I told you guys to go get something delicious. Something yummy to drink, and I meant it. All right, guys. Is it pretty? Hell no, guys. This is hideous. Some things to help make it look better. You could flip the iron bars so that way they ran diagonally in, and then horizontally in, and then straight on, right? You could do a little bit more there. You can't reach through the iron bars from this particular angle, as I'm illustrating here, but you can reach past them. If there is a block, guys, in lieu of iron bars, or we'd be able to reach through that would provide a better looking surface, let me know. I'd be very interested to experiment with it. The iron bars just seemed like a good, safe, solid bet because you have pretty much your entire livelihood just kind of hanging out, right? And so we want the toughest block available. We want a solid block that we can also reach through available to us. Oh, and see, we have, and will we clip down? Yep, we will collide down, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. Let's fill in that last little hole. Again, guys, these storage crates can be whatever you want. And that is the first floor of the building basically complete, just like this, guys. So, second floor. So let's see. We need... We'll arm the outside last, because I don't actually trust myself to do that correctly. To dig down, we're going to provide a little bit of support here. Probably may not even need to, but that's okay. We'll do it anyways. We'll be careful not to fall in on that. Now from here, guys, we don't actually care about being able to shoot around. And what I mean by that is I chose the pillar because it doesn't take up the same amount of volume as the cubes or the bigger pillars, the 100 pillars. These are pillar 50s. And so it's, again, you can stand here and without the wood in the way, which we'll take down here towards the end of the video, you could defend everything except this very far corner. You could do it all from one spot. You're just far away enough to not be meleeed, but you're still going to shoot excellently. All right, so let's see how close we came to actually bisecting the tunnel. Oh, it's not going to let me place that. We're too close. All right. But the idea is we fall right into the tunnel. And it might be a little bit deeper, or I might be a little bit off. One thing I could have done is stand in the tunnel and then notated the coordinates of it, so that way I didn't actually, or I would just fall right down into it, because I think we're about where it should be. Mining skills, leveling like a boss. Okay, so from here, guys, let's just do a little bit of exploratory digging. Nope, not there. Let's try straight back. And you'll notice I'm doing all of this before I set any ladders up, right? Because as soon as you set the ladders up, right, now you're occupying the same block as the ladder, and you will collide with it, and you will wind up taking out your own ladders. And I'm sure we've all done that. Come on, extra... Oh, okay. Alright, guys, well, the idea is that you actually are able to cave whenever you need to, and you'll notice that I picked a cave in the maple biome. Alright. That did work. We picked a cave in the maple biome because it has all of the potassium nitrate a person could want. Ugh. Alright, one moment, guys. Well, what the hell is this one's problem? Oh, good old 7 Days to Die and your glitchy, weird ways. There we go. Apparently it just wasn't far back enough from it. So you'll literally tunnel right down to your bullet making resources, right? Which is why this particular spot is so awesome. I mean, guys, if we find a spot this good in Alpha 15, I would be stunned. Near a town with a cave full of both potassium nitrate and coal, and iron, right? Those are really the only three we really need, right? Clay patches galore all around us, right? Oh, yeah. Clay patch right over there. We might almost be able to hit it with our shovel. We're so close. All right, guys. So that's the mine portion of it, right? You just tunnel right. Oh, I must be offset just a little bit because maybe the tunnel isn't right here. Maybe the tunnel from the cave is like right here and just underneath of us. That's all right, though. Right? We can, like I said, you could easily fix that. And then maybe instead of this going here, it could go like right here. So that way the workbench doesn't mess with you coming up and down the ladder. So guys, from here, we have another choice to make. Let's see. Boom, fly mode. Okay, so guys, the undead are going to bounce all over some spikages, right? And we'll reinforce concrete the deck before we put the spikes down. But no matter what, even bouncing on the spikes, we don't want them to be able to swing up and hit the rampart for the second story. So what this means is we will install... Let's break up the reinforced concrete because these are blocks I don't expect to be hit, but we do need some great structural integrity, the structural capabilities. If you guys are watching my streamed to video, what's the difference between these two? I bet one's in Valmod and one isn't. I bet this is normal. Oh, one has a forge weight and one doesn't. All right. Not a big deal for our video here. But if you guys are watching my streamed to video series, then you'll know that I am a big proponent of the scrap iron frames. And so from here, guys, we need to come up with a rampart that lets us shoot over, right? Now, it can be something really simple. Come on, there we go. A little bit of lag there. It can be something super simple, right? It can just be a, Did that work? No, that didn't. What are these? Blank ones. Interesting. So, guys, it can be something really simple. Let's get these dropped in here real fast. Because, again, we can shoot through these if we need to. Probably won't need to, but, you know, you can. And we could have gone with reinforced concrete here, too. I just wanted to kind of break it up a little bit. We could go with something really simple. Just 2 of these. Right? And this is going to do a few things for us. One, it provides the obligatory anti-spider zombie skirt. It looks like I can't pick them up because I'm in Valmod. And there are many ways to get the anti-spider zombie skirt. Overhanging a block is one of them. Assigning or placing like a scrap iron panel is one of them. Though I believe these blocks probably provide a better value just because you can stand on them and shoot down. And they probably have some more HP to them too, right? Which might not seem like a big deal until you get cops barfing on them. And you get those police officers with the indigestion, right? And when you have that happen and you're not ready or you're not prepared, or because it's such a small base and there's not a lot of redundancy built in, I mean, we're designing as much in as we can. But there's really only so much with such a small space we can do, right? So, guys, this is what this would look like, which is busy. Holy cow, like it looks really busy. But going up, guys, let's continue to go up, shall we? This next level here, we're going to place down, and it's going to be, well, it can be a few different things, guys. You can turn it into a sniper tower, and again, these scrap iron frames are not very expensive to make, especially when we have all of this metal over here, right, which is the great thing about locating this near the cave. The reason I didn't put this over this is because I felt it would take too long to fill it in, to brace it, to support it properly. Instead, you can just put a door. Oh, see, we curve off to the side, right? So we totally missed it, but that's all right. Oh, we are hungries, guys. Oh, that cave looks like it goes down a ways too. Maybe later on what a person could do after they kind of got this first level established and then the intermediate guts finished, a person could then use that escape tunnel or that tunnel, and make it an escape tunnel. But going back to this, guys, one of the things we could do now with this is we can use this upper area as a sniper tower. We can certainly afford to make it much prettier, right? You'll notice that we did the reinforced concrete down below, and then we used the scrap iron, right? From here, guys, what we could do is let's also get this. Oh, hold on. Oof, that was awfully fast. Let's get this going again. Let's sally forth. Caught on the ladder. No, it didn't work quite like I was hoping to. I was hoping to just catch the ladder. Because I think, you see, and I fell down into here, so locating that off to the side might actually be better. Another way that would work is because you're not going to need all these supply boxes. Well, you might, but probably not. But you could do supplies on one side and then stations on the other side. That might be a good OCD compliant way to order those two. Alright, guys, so both the scrap iron frames and the metal trussing have the same structural integrity of 16. Their max load is both 320, the mass is both 20, which gives you 16 block hangout, so to speak, right? So you can hang 16 of these blocks out. Well, you could. The math is there. However, the game engine only gives you 15 block maximum, and that is also dependent on what the structural capacity is of the block you're anchoring off of, right? So even though the trussing and the scrap iron frames both have a structural integrity count of 16 due to the game engine, really only 15, if you hang them off of like sandstone, you're gonna have a bad day. That's essentially French frying when you should be pizzaing. To pull out some obscure South Park memage there. Memage. Alright, guys, so from here, this is very structurally sound. Like, you can put a ton of weight on one of these not directly supported blocks and still be okay. The reason we did this is, guys, is now if you wanted to have a nicer living quarters, it can go up here. Let's say, though, that that's not what you wanted, and you were fine with this very, very, very efficient, dare I say, militaristic or basic layout, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Let's say you were fine with that. There's still more that we can do, guys, just by going straight up. So there's that. And then from here, I think I like the trussing. Though, what a person would probably want to do is look at resources and see which one was most efficient to use, because we're going to be using a bit of them now, between the scrap iron frame and the trussing. So again, guys, you can use this deck down here now. You can use it as a comfy living area. Your spawn is set there. Anything you really don't want to risk losing at all down below, you could put up here. And then what I'm showing you now is how you may continue to go up with the maximum amount of assurance, either using the scrap iron frames or the trussing. Again, it'll be a call on your part, whichever's most efficient. But guys, let's say you were fine with this very open air concept up here. You didn't even put walls in. I'd probably put a living space in, right? I'd put in sleeping. I'd put in the sleeping bags and maybe leave some room or organize my bag and maybe a little storage crate, right? So that way you could have others up here as well. Oh, and I forgot a campfire down there too, guys. So the campfire might be another station to put in there. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. That's all right. But if you didn't want that, guys, what we could do now. Oh, we probably have enough dirt right here. So what you can do now, guys, is you... Oh, actually, guys, my bad. That's not what we want to do. If you're looking for just maximum efficiency with space, right, which is, you know, I think that's a good thing. You could actually carry this out even further, right? You can go a ways out with this, so that way you would only have to have one layer for farming. Now, your building might look a little redonkulous, and that is actually placed in the incorrect spot. One moment. And then the reason we don't just carpet the floor with the dirt is because A, you're wasting structural integrity blocks by doing that, and B, there is a better way. All right. So from here, guys, what you can actually do is you can install another very good structurally rated block against scrap iron frames or metal trussing. If there's another block that also works real well that I'm not explaining real well, definitely speak up in the comment section below. Everybody would really appreciate it. Now what a person can do is install this right here as well. And when we go to hoe everything, you'll see how it all lays out, right? And this assures that every single space can actually be tilled and farmed efficiently. All right, so let's do some tilling here so we can see what it looks like when we're done. Let's see, is it a hoe? It is. All right, so that's going to look pretty typical, right? How about this guy right here? All right, so you can see there is a lot of room between these two rows, right? You're not going to, especially with a different block, like if we just thrown dirt down here, then we put this dirt on top of this, and then we tilled this row and then this row, it would all blend together, and it's kind of hard to see. Another way we could have done this is instead of laying it down like this, because this is all kind of hard to use, what we could have done is we could have gone out. Oh, good save, some more. What we could have done is come out with this a ways, and then you could have had 4 sides of the farm, each running to the central point, and you could have stopped them at about this row here, right? So this row that I'm standing on now, going all the way around, wouldn't have had any dirt on it, but you would have been able to have gone out, I would say 5 blocks to be safe, in the 4 directions, right? Just to maximize the amount of farming space you can safely get to any time of the day. All right, guys, so that covers basic combat area, the crafting area, a living space up here if you want to with a farm above, or if you just want to omit the fancy, not necessarily necessary living space, you can start farming very, very efficiently up here. If I need to make the other method that I was discussing up here, where each of these faces at this level or above, or all of them essentially, jut out from the sides and then only come into the main structured area a little bit, I'd be happy to demonstrate that, guys. Just let me know in the comment section below and I can come back in creative and build it. It's not a big deal at all. Let's get to the upgrades, because this is it, guys. The whole build rests on these pillars, right? And it's the opposite of how I normally like to do my builds, but with the limited amount, with the effort to use the most minimal amount of materials and the smallest footprint, right? We're going to use the highest quality materials, just the least amount of it. We're going to need to upgrade like crazy, right? We need max tier upgrade, which of course, at least as of Alpha 14, is steel. And we're back, guys. In fact, I even got a little overzealous with the admin auger. So let me just real quick fill this back in. So it's important to have your spikes readily available to be repaired from the inside. That is, in fact, one of the biggest boons to this build. And the spikes, just like the wooden frames that we place down, will also auto-level the ground. It's very kind of them, really. Now, spikes are going to get reworked in Alpha 15 because, you know, it's Joel, right? And I think we all just kind of know that at this point. So what we do with spikes might change a little bit in Alpha 15, but this is the way that I think we should be doing it. Nominally, like I said, you'd have a very flat ground, right? And so how these spikes are submerged. Come on. Oh, see, I'm getting hit by everything trying to fight the damn spike placement. All right, so now, really? Watch me die right here. How awesome would that be? Oof. Oh, they're a first aid kit. They're not a health kit. There we go. All right, we'll finish spiking this up. And so this is at least the initial thought I had for spiking it up. Now, this is not at all unique, right? We see lots of folks do this. Lots of excellent YouTubers take this approach as well. From here, though, guys, if you have more resources than you're used to having, and you might because this build, again, technically very, very small, right? If you have additional resources, I would highly suggest you do the old dig trench underneath. We need more dirt. And again, ValMod has lots of cool stuff that's not available in the game, like fire spikes and everything else. But it would probably be worth your time to dig a trench underneath your spikes. And I think 2 layers is appropriate because I think you can actually reach through and repair those. Your corners will probably get beat a little bit. You might lose out there. So I'm going to omit that one right there. But with all of these placed, I'm not going to do all of them here. We'll just do this one side to demonstrate. What a person could do now, and it's going to help. Ooh, guys, we have... here's a part that I had not considered, guys. I guess we're going to be ramping up into this place. You know, I've been thinking about this build for weeks and totally forgot to figure out how to get in and out of it. Oh, silly s'more, that's so me. Alright, guys, so at this point, what we could do, and the dirt is not fantastic structurally, but it's what we get to work with right now. Is that where we want to go? Did I break the spikes? Oh, I bet I did. With this awesome, I did. But basically, guys, you tunnel out from underneath the spikes, and you can see that they'll actually stay in place. Here, let me use something that's a little less aggressive. Now, they'll stay in place because this spike is holding on to that, and this spike is holding on to that guy. If you really wanted to, you could actually put a ramped, reinforced concrete block right here. I'll demonstrate that for you. Not the wedge, but the actual ramp. Bet you it'll be ramp concrete. Oh, crazy. I don't actually see it. I'll take that one. Oh, nope. Not that guy. This guy. Oh, I just want the cured version of that. Maybe we're supposed to place it and let it cure on its own. Thanks, Val. Thanks. Alright, and you can actually go around and then drop this guy in too. And what this will do is if you're really worried about your spikes coming down, it would allow, to give you that little peace of mind, right? And then also, even if we're bouncing one up, the zombies still will not be able to strike that, but you should still be close enough to get at least a decent sniper rifle shot. I find hip firing from the sniper rifle at about that far away seems to work okay. Now, mobs are going to spin like crazy on these things, so you're probably better off approaching them from just like this from the main level, that main entry level. But yeah, once you've done this and you kind of get it all hollowed out underneath, I highly recommend bringing the reinforced concrete just blocks just down with you. Again, so that way you're not building this awesome structure over just ground, right? You'll want to slowly and carefully replace the ground, kind of like how I showed you earlier in the earlier time lapse with reinforced concrete. And then once you have the spikes all set up, there it is. Let's see if we can drop that. You can absolutely go through and place one there. Oh, I screwed that one up. Well, actually, just like that, guys. And so that way, you can easily run around the tunnel underneath that you would create out of reinforced concrete and repair all these with a nail gun, right? And so, in fact, if you made easy access from the ladder down to this area, like if you cleaned it up and do a much better job than I just did here off the cuff, that would be an awesome work. Yeah, you'd haul all this out, because then you can just hit both of these with the nail gun, no problem. I would also highly recommend throwing out even just a basic chain link fence and some barbed wire, because those do seem to do a really good job of slowing your mobs down, especially if you take your hordes at night, which I think is kind of how they're meant to be taken anyways. To finish up, guys, you'd want to replace this deck here with reinforced concrete. You'd want to upgrade all of these to steel, at least this reinforced concrete block and down to steel. And I think that's it, guys. I mean, you can do all the crafting here, right? So, again, you can do storage on this side, a line of forges, and then the chemistry station, a workbench, a cement mixer, and a campfire all in one spot. Probably watch the campfire. Maybe even throw something on top of that. So how could we do that, guys? We could throw... let's do it. Oh, this one. This one's a good one. So adjacent to the workbench, I would invite you to plop a campfire down right there. And you might say, well, S'more, we're just going to run on it and light ourselves on fire. And on Horde Night, that is a surefire way to induce some panic. No worries. Got that figured out. So what you could do is plop that down just right there. And to keep you from falling on that, let's see. Let's go back to creative menu. Let's go scrap. You could do a hatch, but that's kind of expensive. You could do a grate. Oh, I like the grate, guys. Let's try the grate out. I used these in one of my other builds. Boom, and so that way you can walk over that. You can't access the campfire there, but you can from down here, and it will keep your cute little feet safe. Well, right, guys, I think this pretty much covers the build that I would like to do. Building this here in Alpha 14 in Creative was very helpful. If you guys haven't done something like this before and you have a base idea for the next Alpha, boy, I'd highly recommend this. This was very helpful. It'll be interesting to see how the farm areas go. Again, you could carry these out several blocks, right? And, you know, at the risk of your tower looking a little redonkulous, but, you know, it's personal preference, right? Could carry these out. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's probably far enough. And then bring these out with you, because you got to remember, you get 15. So here's 5. 5 more dirt is 10, and then anything that grows on them is 15. In fact, that might be too much. In fact, 4 might even be a safer bet, because you're going to be walking out here too. So just something to keep in mind. If this was all one straight row, that would be different, right? So for example, if we were to... Getting a little off topic now, but that's okay, since the build's pretty much done. But if you were to go in and make this whole thing level like this, and you were to not use the this method here for placing your dirt, if you just did it flat, and then maybe filled in between the dirt with like gravel or sand, which looks really nice, thanks Haladmir, I'd highly recommend doing that. If you cared more about looks and you were already planning on giving yourself a whole bunch of surface area to farm with, this is a great idea. Just so much potential here, guys. And I like how it turned out. I like how it would be steel on the bottom and then scrap in the middle, and then basically trussing in this particular design all the way up. Again, you can just not use the trussing if you like how the scrap iron looks, and I kind of do. I think it looks really sharp. It looks way better than I think we'd be able to make by hand with scrap metal. Like, I do a bunch of metal working. That's pretty impressive. Nice straight lines. Well, all right, guys, this is everything I got. I will throw this in the beginning of the video, so that way, as you first watch the video, you'll be able to see, in case you don't want to watch the whole video, right? You'll be able to see the build, and maybe you'll use parts of it. Maybe you'll copy it. Please go for it. I saw a lot of YouTubers using this split pillar design, which I really like. I know a bunch of YouTubers use the tunnel under the trench to repair your spikes, right? These are all pretty common designs. I like to think, though, that I have kind of cleverly combined them, and I've never seen anybody make a floor out of these. So if someone has done it before me, let me know. It's not terribly creative, so I'm sure somebody has. But for right now, until someone in the comment section says, S'more, somebody else used this in this video, here, go watch it, I'm claiming credit for this one. So until somebody else points it out, this is a s'more floor. Oh, God, so bad. All right, guys, well, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Any other tips I could include in the build, throw down below. And, yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you come Alpha 15.
Thank you for watching more. Like, comment, share, subscribe for more.